Hi, welcome A Affordable. We are so happy to have you. I'm here with Joan McDevitt, aka the Unicorn, and we are here to help get everybody on track and step up on health. And so here I'm going to introduce Miss Joan.
Hello everyone, I'm so excited. This is going to be great. I guess you guys have done this before, but this is going to be a new shift for you this year. We're going to get you healthy and you're going to drop your inflammation and weight. It's going to be great.
And we've got a bunch of questions. I know that we're going to do some Q&As through the weeks to come. We're going to list recipes. We're going to show you tips and tricks, and we're going to try and get input from all of you to join us on our private pages and watch us all get healthy together. So so we've got some questions just to start off.
Okay.
And we want to know, eating clean. Why would I even want to start doing this? How do I get started? How do I gauge my successes?
Mm-hmm. The first thing is to just look over your own health, what's been going on, medications and everything like that, and then set some sort of a goal. So it's a weight loss type program you're doing, right, for your employees, but healthy too.
Higher energy.
Yeah, high energy, good sleep, that's what you're all looking for, good bowel movements and everything like that, no pain in the body, less inflammation. That's the outright goal. If you're going to get started, a couple things you're going to need day one. Hydration, deep nutrition, and oxygen. Those are the three things the body looks for to lose weight, feel amazing, and get healthy.
Nice.
Yep, that's it.
Sounds easy.
I know.
If we're on medications, how will this alter if we have autoimmune diseases?
Mm-hmm. Good. In my practice, I have a lot of autoimmunes come in. And medications, what I do is I go around it. So say someone is on a blood thinner, and they're going to lose weight and do this. So you just be careful with things like that. If you're on a blood thinner, you don't want to eat a lot of greens on the blood thinner. Maybe 2 helpings, 2 servings, which is a handful a day of greens, and that's it. Everyone else can eat a lot more green, because green's got K2 in it, and it will work against warfarin, and Coumadin. It will.
Okay, then would this also go with high cholesterol? Because I know that's
people are on blood pressure medication, cholesterol,
okay.
Anything like that. Statins in particular. You really don't have to worry about any of that when you're doing something like this. You should always work with your doctor too while you're losing weight, and they always tell you that, and they're right. So when you're doing that, just be mindful how your body's feeling. You have to feed the body, not starve it. Starving it will not work. It'll work for a short time, and then it will rebound.
Which I find that most diets.
Right.
I guess we're not really looking at a diet. We're looking at a way to change our health.
Yeah.
Long term. We're looking big picture.
Big
picture.
This is
we're basing this around a contest, but truly it's so that we can get in touch with health for the distance, so we can have longer, healthier lives.
Definitely.
Now diabetes is on the rise, and that's a concern.
Mm-hmm.
How does one get diabetes, the late term, and not the hereditary kind, and how can I personally avoid it?
Okay. Would you like to avoid it?
Yes.
Type 1 diabetes is something you are born with. Type 2 diabetes is epidemic right now. They're saying in 2020 that 1 out of every 2 children will be pre-diabetic. Wow. That's like shocking. That is like outrageous, isn't it? It's outrageous. So how do you go around that? If you can notice if your sugar's dipping, if you get afternoon, I call it the carb coma. So you eat lunch and you get really tired within an hour. Then you know your sugar, your glycemic index, insulin is dipping. If that's dipping, you need some fat and some animal protein, not sugar, to bring it up. So I do a ton of things with diabetes and all my diabetics that come in. And there really is a way to go around that. It's really amazing. And you can get them off insulin.
So sugar is the culprit.
Sugar and what your insulin does.
Okay.
Yep. So when they say, oh, your sugar's dipping, Miss Diabetic, it's dipping, oh, have some sugar to lift it up. Okay? It will lift it up, but then it will throw it back down. So it's just a vicious cycle. It really is. Fat and protein will lift it up a little bit slower, but it will stay longer, and that's the key to health. The key to health, honestly, eat like a diabetic. Nice. Steady Eddie, that's what you do. That's how you get healthy.
I like that.
Yeah.
Another very common problem I hear people discuss is IBS. What is IBS and why do so many people have it?
Good. IBS is irritable bowel syndrome, and Crohn's and other things go along with that. IBS is really just severe constipation and sometimes diarrhea. Your bowel is irritable, okay? Just think about when you're irritable. You're grouchy, you're moody, right? That irritable. Same thing with the gut. It kind of convulses a little bit. It doesn't quite know how to have a bowel movement, believe it or not. It doesn't understand what to do. So I see a lot of that, and that's how I got into this field.
So, and how does one heal from IBS?
Good. So hydration is a big deal for people that have any bowel issues at all. Even bloating, hydration can help. Different kinds of foods. Dairy is something. If somebody has IBS, Crohn's, anything that will affect the bowels, anything from a cow will really hurt your bowel. It really will.
So to stay away from cow products?
All cow products, milk,
okay.
Yogurt, believe it or not, even if it's good, fat, beautiful yogurt, stay away from that because your gut doesn't have the flora and the enzymes to break it down. It really doesn't. It's very hard to break it down.
So now you're telling me to veer from cow cheeses, but can I still keep things like goat cheese or sheep cheese?
Exactly. Goat and sheep are two different ways about them, so that's what you want to keep
So
in.
I do have an option.
You definitely can keep that in. And now it's so cool now, they have goat yogurt, which is delicious. They have sheep yogurt, so people can do that and add a little bit of fruit and make their own.
The industry's catching on.
I know, they really are.
That's great. Well, you talked about hydration when it comes to IBS. Now, what are some of the best ways to get hydrated? Because I notice when I drink water, I can drink a ton of water and it flushes right through me. How can I absorb the water at a higher level?
Yeah, if you drink a bottle of Poland Springs and you feel you have to go to the bathroom within an hour after, you have just flushed electrolytes out of your system. And it will actually dehydrate the body and not hydrate. So what you can do, you can put a little bit of lemon juice in it. You can put some apple cider vinegar, this kind of stuff. You can put this in it a little bit. You can put some organic cranberry juice. You could squeeze half an orange in it. What you want to do is you want to put something in it that's got potassium in it, that's going to hydrate the cells and not pass through. And first couple of days, you guys, first like week or so, you might feel like you're going to the bathroom all the time, you're urinating all the time, and there's a big heavy flow. If you hydrate the right way, which I'm going to teach you, it's going to back up, right? It's going to stop doing that, and you're going to feel much more hydrated, more oxygen in the blood, and you're going to feel much better, and you won't be as hungry. Right?
Bonus.
That's right, bonus round. And the sugar cravings. Those beautiful things, those will start to dissipate. When you start to get healthy, you will not crave sugar.
Okay, craving sugar. I understand that sugar is literally an addiction. Like the brain needs and wants. Can you guide me on a good way to get away from soda without going cold turkey?
Right, cold turkey is not going to work. It won't work long term. For some people, it will, but most people it won't. Let me tell you the difference between diet soda and regular soda, like Diet Coke and regular Coke.
Okay.
So diet, the first 3 letters are D-I-E.
Die. That's not good. That's really funny. That's not good.
Yeah, they're die. So what does it do? It literally kills the body. It is known that we have on our brain, we have something called a blood-brain barrier, okay? So it protects our brain. Anything, the pink, the blue, the saccharin, all those artificial sweeteners, Truvia, all those kind of things, pass through the barrier and start to eat the brain. It's crazy, but that is proven to be true. So Alzheimer's and dementia, of course, are on the rise,
Right.
epidemic, now than, 50 years ago. One of the reasons is because of all the artificial sweeteners in the diet things.
Yeah, I just saw in the news, we discussed this, that Diet Coke was being connected to shrinkage of the brain, high strokes, and dementia.
Hello.
Yeah.
Right. So that's something you want to do.
So that's something we want to gear off.
I know, right?
So how do we do it?
Well, and then you got that's
Yeah.
more addictive, actually. The diet soda is more addictive because it does release chemicals and change your chemicals in your brain. So you're actually addicted to it. That's why people drink the liters. They do. Not because they want to. They're like, I just need this. I need it for energy, and they feel they do, but there's such an easy way out. So the regular soda, filled with sugar. It's got 21 teaspoons of sugar in 1 can of Coke.
And how much is the average intake per female or per male adult that we need per day?
Well, the year that we're eating right now is 150 pounds of sugar is the average American adult eating right now. Crazyville, okay? Sugar is the #1 inflammatory of all foods. It isn't wheat, it isn't dairy, it really is sugar. So to cut back, we should have no more than like 2 teaspoons of sugar a day, believe it or not, including fruit and everything else. That's a perfect world, mind you. So you cut back a little bit. So to get off the soda, so say you drink 2 sodas a day, let's say 4, right? So 4 Cokes a day. First thing you do, you take 2 out and you're gonna hydrate with water, with the little thing that we talked about, simple.
Absolutely.
So you start little by little, and then you start to get, I call it getting your feet underneath you, start to feel your power back.
Yes.
When you start to feel powerful, then you move the next one out, and before you know it, they're gone. The diet soda is harder because it's more addictive. It is harder. One thing you can do is, one guy did this, and I thought it was pretty clever. He would open his can, pour half of it out, and drink the other half, and think he had the whole can. It's just tricking the brain.
Sure.
And now he's drinking half, but his mind thinks he drank the whole thing. And then he kept moving it out. It took him like about 2 weeks just to get rid of it completely, and gone it went. And it never came back. Yeah, it's very addictive, it really is. And it does change your brain chemistry. Any kids that have ADHD, any mind issues, autism, they're on the spectrum or anything like that, should never drink soda, ever. Never. If they do, get them off it right away. It's that bad for the brain.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Sugar.
Is something. I'm telling you.
Sugar.
And sugar is genetically modified. It's GMO. It's a GMO food,
Right.
which means they've altered the gene pool of it, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And they really don't know what's going to happen. Right now we're finding it doing, the gut is not really receptive to it. So a lot of gut issues with people right now.
Okay.
So, yep, and the sugar is the #1 genetically modified food.
All right, so we want to slowly move the sugar out.
Yep.
Well, would this give into problems with sleeping? Because I know a lot of folks, whether it be stress, food, sleeping becomes an issue. And if I'm not getting good sleep, I'm definitely not happy at work.
Definitely. You know?
No.
Yeah, you want to have a deep sleep. Eating things like soda and, all that kind of stuff, we all know it's going to interfere with our sleep. And we think, well, I have a big, heavy carb meal at night. It knocks me out. But if you wake up between 2 and 4, which is mostly people wake up then, it's really because your glycemic index, the insulin, remember, eating like a diabetic, it means it dipped too low and your body wakes you up. If the body wakes you up because it's in danger, and you go, oh, I'm awake, I must have to go to the bathroom. Not really, but you go anyway, you come back, and hopefully you go back to sleep. The reason you wake up is because it dips too low, and your body wakes you, don't forget, it wakes you up because it's afraid something's happening, and then you go back. Now you've had interrupted sleep, you don't have REM sleep, so you're not going to feel really rested when you wake up. And if you do that, every day, 7 days a week, 52 weeks a year, years and years, you're going to be pretty burnt out. You can get really burnt out. We're going to teach you how to change that. Your sleep is going to be much better. Sleep is very important. You can't heal without sleeping.